One of the best Baltimore Ravens from the history of football is none other than Ray Lewis. So today, we added Ray to the 2024 Baltimore Ravens in Madden 25 to answer the question, can he win Super Bowl MVP again? Because he won it in 2000 with that insane 2000 Ravens squad. And now with Derrick Henry at helm, with Lamar Jackson, with Mark Andrews, who actually recently got in a car crash. Can they repeat and do it again with a Roquan Smith / Ray Lewis combo, which actually is probably would be the most deadliest combo in the NFL. Roquan Smith, a great linebacker for the Ravens. So starting off right away, they play the Chiefs, and as always in these franchise videos, the Ravens always beat the Chiefs. It's even like when I was doing last year's mods and using like this year's roster, the Ravens always beat the Chiefs no matter what. I don't know what's happening with that, to be honest. It's like maybe the Ravens paid off Madden or EA Sports to say, hey, we always have to beat the Chiefs because of how last season ended with them losing the championship because they didn't run the ball. Nonetheless, though, starting off 3-2, interesting. Most of my franchises I start off, usually the Ravens are really freaking good right away. They usually start off like 9-0, 10-0. But today, 3-2, so a little bit more, I guess, manageable. So far, let's see. What has Ray Lewis done in the first couple weeks? Let me go to defense. 2.5 sacks so far, 0 interceptions. So just typical, pretty good performance. I mean, 2.5 sacks is kind of crazy, but Roquan Smith also has 2.5 sacks. So both of them are absolutely menaces right there. I believe the Ravens run a 3-4 defense too. So they utilize 2 middle linebackers. So you got two of the greatest of all time on the same side right there, back to back, which already is very scary. But a 5-3 record right now for the Ravens, and then they play my Bengals, 6-3. This is in Baltimore. They beat the Bengals in Baltimore, play the Pittsburgh Steelers, and now they play the LA Chargers before having the Eagles and then a bye week. But they actually end up winning. Well, actually, no, they lose the Eagles game, but they beat the Chargers. So right now they're sitting at a 9-4 record, currently number 3 in the NFL. And now going into their bye week, Lamar Jackson, 20 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Wow. Derrick Henry almost at 1,000 yards. Lamar Jackson has more rushing touchdowns than Derrick Henry. That seems about right. Nelson Aguilar, as they call him Nelly, is actually leading the team in receiving. Defensively, currently, Ray Lewis is number 2 for 6.5 sacks, 86 tackles. Roquan Smith's at 4.5 sacks. Obviously, Matabuke is going to be number 1 because he is their true pass rusher. Even though Ray Lewis is trying to make a case why he should be their pass rusher / coverage guy / everything, I guess. But with that being said, they beat the Giants 40-0. So now they're 10-4. They play the Pittsburgh Steelers in Baltimore. They beat the Squealers. They play the 7-8 Texans, trying to rain on their parade, which they do. 6-10 Brownies, and they beat the 6-10 Brownies. So that means they do win their conference at 13-4. 9-8 Bengals also make the playoffs. We have the Miami Dolphins who made the playoffs, and the Jets, both 12-5. Jacksonville at 12-5, KC at 12-5, and LA at 11-6. So this is what your playoff would look like. But let's go ahead and take a look at our final stats for Ray Lewis here. So 32 touchdowns, 1 interception, kind of having that Nick Foles-esque season. I think it was his second year at Philadelphia that he just looked absolutely insanely crazy. 1,290 yards and 10 touchdowns for Derrick Henry. Lamar still has more rushing touchdowns than him, which I find absolutely hilarious. Defensively, so the third most sacks for the year was Ray Lewis, but the second most was Roquan Smith. So Roquan Smith ends up with more sacks. Lewis has 2 interceptions. Roquan had 1. 91 tackles versus 110. So overall, pretty good performance by the Ravens here. Brandon Stevenson had 4 interceptions on the year. So let's go ahead and take a look. Who won MVP? Obviously, Lewis. I was about to say, Lewis is not going to show up anywhere near MVP. But Lamar Jackson did. So definitely helped out a lot having Ray Lewis on your defense with Roquan Smith kind of monitoring that field. Helps them go ahead and win the conference again. This time, again, they do play the divisional versus the 12-5 Jets. And they lose. Wow. Okay. I'll be honest with you. Was not expecting them to go one and done in the playoffs. Really was not expecting that at all. Okay. So they lose 24-16. Rodgers had himself a day. Lamar definitely struggled greatly, which in the playoffs, Lamar Jackson is not known to be the best option possible in the playoffs, but yeah, definitely struggled greatly. And the playoff choke rumors are going to continue to spark up here. But who's in the Super Bowl then? That means we have the Cowboys and the Chiefs. Oh, Lordy. What America wants to see. The Cowboys and the Queefs. The Cowgirls and the Queefs. And it ends up being the Chiefs win the 3rd Super Bowl. They 3-peat. This is so amazing. Overall wise, not bad. Again, like I said, didn't know what to expect going into this video. And pretty happy with the result. Lewis was actually dominant as we kind of expected. But Roquan Smith stole some of the thunder. So gotta steal some of the thunder from the legend, I guess, from sometimes. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one.